couldn't be.
17 facts about the original Karate Kid that only black belts will know. The success of Cobra Kai on Netflix has shown that we still have a huge amount of nostalgia for the Karate Kid. For 80s kids, the latter flick is a seminal film which will always hold a special place in their hearts. Despite this, though, there are still many crazy aspects of the movie that you may not be aware of. So from insane casting stories to lawsuits against the producers, let's explore some facts you never knew about this martial arts masterpiece. Number 17. The producer didn't want Pat Morita to play Mr. Miyagi. Director John G. Avildsen reportedly wanted Pat Morita, who was most known to American audiences as Arnold on Happy Days, to play Mr. Miyagi in The Karate Kid. Producer Jerry Weintraub was scared audiences wouldn't be able to see Morita as anything other than a comedic actor, though. Morita later explained to Heat Vision that he ended up having to do 5 screen tests before Weintraub became convinced that he had the dramatic goods. Number 16. The real-life inspiration for Mr. Miyagi was actually in the movie. In the 1970s and 80s, a Japanese karate master named Fumio Demura became well known to martial arts enthusiasts in Los Angeles. But did you know that he inspired the creation of Mr. Miyagi? In fact, he was apparently offered the role and declined it. But Demura was then hired to work on the movie as Pat Morita's stunt double. The two men remained friends right up until the latter sadly died in 2005. Number 15. The iconic song You're the Best was originally going to be in 2 other movies. In 2008, Joe Esposito explained on the Adam Carolla Show about why the lyric "History repeats itself" is used in his iconic song You're the Best. Fans complained that it didn't make sense in the context of Daniel LaRusso's first tournament final. He revealed that the song was actually written for Rocky III in 1982, but was pipped by Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. It was also slated for inclusion in Flashdance, but was again replaced, this time by Michael Cimbello's Maniac. Number 14. Black belt Daryl Vidal was stunt double for Mr. Miyagi's crane kick. Any of you familiar with the Karate Kid will remember the memorable scene which sees Mr. Miyagi performing a crane kick on top of a beach post. But it turns out that it was actually pulled off by karate black belt Daryl Vidal. During the DVD commentary, the martial artist revealed that he was wearing a bodysuit and bald cap for the scene. Interestingly, Vidal also played one of the semi-finalists at the All Valley Karate Tournament. Number 13. Fans were unable to confirm the filming location of Mr. Miyagi's house until 2014. Most of the Californian filming locations used in the movie have been found by fans over the years, but Mr. Miyagi's house proved elusive. It took until 2014 for the location in Los Angeles' Canoga Park to be confirmed. In a cruel twist of fate for fans, though, they would be unable to visit the house as it was torn down toward the end of the 1980s. Number 12. Chuck Norris was not offered the role of John Kreese. Martial arts action star Chuck Norris was long rumored to have been offered the role of villainous Cobra Kai leader John Kreese. The urban legend stated that he declined because the character represents martial arts in an aggressive manner and set a bad example. Norris later debunked this and claimed that he was never offered the role, though the star added that he would have indeed turned it down for that very reason. Number 11. Pat E. Johnson was fight choreographer, on-screen referee, and an action figure. You might be surprised to learn that many cast members from The Karate Kid were not actually well-versed in martial arts at all. Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, for example, had no previous training whatsoever. Enter Grandmaster Pat E. Johnson, whose job it was to choreograph all the fights in the movie and portray the referee in the tournament final. In a unique twist, the fact that Johnson played an on-screen character meant he was immortalized in action figure form as part of Remco's Competition Center playset. Number 10. A band called Broken Edge featured on the soundtrack and also appeared in the film. No Shelter, a track by little-known 1980s band Broken Edge, was featured on the Karate Kid soundtrack. The members themselves were also chosen for an on-screen appearance too. They're the band playing at the high school Halloween dance. Unfortunately, their big screen debut didn't propel them to fame, but it's still something cool that they can always hang their hats on. Number 9. Ralph Macchio sustained a legit bruise on his shin while filming the skeleton fight. Shooting fight scenes can sometimes be pretty perilous for actors. After all, it only takes one false move for someone to get hurt for real. On the DVD commentary for The Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio claimed this is just what happened to him when they were filming the Halloween night skeleton fight. He said the bruise on his shin, which is visible at one point in the movie, was the result of a stray roundhouse kick. Ouch. Number 8. Daniel LaRusso's headband was simply Pat Morita's handkerchief. The headband worn by Daniel LaRusso in the movie has gone down in cinematic lore. It's hard to imagine it without it, to be honest. In reality, though, it wasn't even a headband at all. It was just a handkerchief Pat Morita had in his pocket. Ralph Macchio explained in a 2014 video for the Oprah Winfrey Network. He simply thought it would look good wrapped around Ralph Macchio's head. Crazy. Number 7. Ralph Macchio named his only son Daniel. Ralph Macchio has 2 children, a daughter called Julia and a son named Daniel. So was his son named after his character Daniel LaRusso? You bet he was. In 2020, Macchio told The Guardian, "There was a chunk of time when my son was like, 'Did you have to?' But now he's proud of it. Unlike Ralph, Daniel is a classic. It never goes out of style, you know?" Number 6. The actor who played Dutch was Hollywood icon Steve McQueen's son. Dutch was a bleached blonde member of Cobra Kai and arguably the scariest member of the group. But what you may not know is that he was played by Chad McQueen, the son of Hollywood legend Steve McQueen. Efforts were made to have the former reprise his role in the 2nd season of Cobra Kai, but he was apparently too busy with his custom car and motorcycle business, McQueen Racing LLC. Number 5. The novelization reveals why Daniel's mom had a change of career. In The Karate Kid, we learn that Daniel LaRusso and his mother moved to Los Angeles in order for her to work for Rocket Computers. But during the movie, she works as a hostess at a restaurant, and it's never explained why. What gives? Well, the answer lies within the movie novelization, which reveals that Rocket Computers went bust. Oh, dear. Number 4. Ralph Macchio was gifted the yellow wax-on, wax-off car by the producers. Mr. Miyagi's iconic yellow 1947 Ford Super Deluxe convertible made an appearance in Season 2 of Cobra Kai, and it delighted fans of the franchise. Brilliantly, it was actually the very same car used in the original movie series. Ralph Macchio told IndieWire that it had been gifted to him by the studio after filming wrapped up on The Karate Kid Part 3. It was apparently also his idea to clean the vehicle up for use in the new show. Number 3. William Zabka claims people tried to fight him in real life after the movie was released. As Johnny Lawrence, William Zabka rubbed a lot of audience members the wrong way. In fact, the actor has claimed people on the street tried to fight him over the years. Such was their hatred for Lawrence. According to ABC News, he also said that a friend told him an LA karate gang wanted to beat him up for real. Yep, these people seem to struggle with the separation of fiction and reality. Number 2. Zabka came up with his own backstory for Lawrence. The Karate Kid DVD's commentary noted that the screenplay had no backstory for the Johnny Lawrence character. Actor William Zabka wanted some sort of motivation for his sense of rage, though, as he felt it would give him a better feel for the character. So he did it himself. Apparently, Zabka came up with his own imagined backstory for Lawrence as a teenager with no dad, who latched on to John Kreese as a surrogate father figure. Number 1. The studio wanted Mr. Miyagi's drunk scene cut from the film. One of the best scenes in The Karate Kid is surely Mr. Miyagi's drunk scene. It's extremely emotional, featuring him telling LaRusso about the loss of his wife. Studio executives wanted director John G. Avildsen to take the scene out of the film, though, and he had to fight for its inclusion. Avildsen later told The Hollywood Reporter that he believed the scene directly led to Morita's Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. The world is filled with stories going viral every single day. But how many of these sites can you actually follow? We understand that your day should start with positive stories, stories that resonate with you. And so we started JoJo Stories. Our mission is to create meaningful stories that cover everything from animals to anthropology, history to environment and lifestyle. The kind of content you read on our site will be one you'll want to share with your family and friends. We hope you'll join our growing family and be part of our community. Welcome to JoJo Stories. JoJoStories.com.